Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. If you haven't subscribed already, please do hit that subscribe button. If you haven't joined us on Facebook, please do join our Facebook page, BWTM Sports Channel, BWTM Sports Channel Group. We have various different writers from around the world talking, writing sports, not just boxing. Okay, let's get into things. I said a long while ago that I would not be doing a lot of Tyson Fury videos until the opponent was announced. Now, Sefer Seferi was a fighter that was rumored to be Tyson's opponent way back. So there's no surprise that Sefer Seferi is now Tyson Fury's comeback opponent. I was so positive sure that I actually try to grab him and get him into our Facebook group and try to talk to him. But maybe because of contractual reasons, he couldn't actually talk about the actual fight itself. But obviously now the fight is on June 9th, Tyson's comeback. Now, a lot of things I'm going to say here are probably not going to be popular with some parts of the boxing community. But then, hey, I'm not saying these things to be popular. I'm just saying things to be honest and give an opinion. First of all, welcome back Tyson Fury into the boxing fold. I don't know who or what I'm welcoming back into the boxing fold. And I'll break that down in a minute, but welcome back nonetheless. The last fight that sticks in everybody's mind is Fury's performance against Vladimir Klitschko. And for that performance alone, Tyson Fury has been blasted into a stratosphere of one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. He has been, he could beat Joshua Wilder with the hand behind his back. He would have given Muhammad Ali a great fight. He would have smashed up Lennox Lewis. He's an all-time heavyweight great because of that fight against Vladimir Klitschko. That's not my words. Those are the words of people across boxing forums and across people who have taken the Tyson Fury thing from a good heavyweight, a very good heavyweight, potentially the best heavyweight in his era, beating Vladimir Klitschko, who was potentially the best heavyweight in his era. I say that potentially because there was another man called Vitaly Klitschko, who I actually rated as a better fighter boxer. But, I guess some people would argue me with that. So Tyson Fury's back in the fold. We know there have been changes. Ben Davison comes in. Peter Fury no longer in the camp. I don't know why people are so hung up on why they want to know why Peter and Tyson are not talking. I think if you listen to some of the interviews we've done on the channel and you read between the lines, and you have to read between the lines, there's a fair idea as to why Peter and Tyson are not talking. I mean, if I was to guess, you can look at the fact that Huey's still with Rick Hennessy, Tyson's with Frank Warren. That might be one area there. Loyalty, the whole thing of talking about loyalty. This is something Tyson said to me when I first interviewed him many years ago about loyalty and how fighters left Hennessy and went and did their own thing. And Tyson's kind of gone and done the same thing now. Money, it may be something to do. It could have to do, most arguments today revolve around money. It could be a lot of things, but that's none of my business. Damn it. It's none of my business and really none of your business. It's a family matter and it should stay a family matter. So let's focus on what we can talk about. So he's left. He's with Ben Davison. We've seen the videos. We've seen him working out. We've seen him get himself into shape. But to me, that doesn't mean anything because David Haye, we know, body beautiful. If we learn anything, looked fantastic shape, brilliant shape against Tony Bellew. He looked lighter than he did the first fight when he fought Bellew. But of course, when he got in the ring, we saw that Haye couldn't fight off his back foot, which is where he generates his power. So then we know what happened with David Haye when he was in the ring. If you looked at David Haye from outside the ring, you would say, wow, he's got a fantastic sculpt body. The guy looks brilliant. We're ready to go. So Instagram and the world of social media is very deceptive. And I saw Tyson the other day at the Josh Warrington fight, and he looked like he'd put on a few pounds. Maybe it's just me, or maybe it was the camera angle, because sometimes cameras do make a person put on an extra 10 pounds. So I don't know if Tyson's kind of blown up a little bit more in weight or not, but the video I saw of him, he looked like he put on a few more pounds. I could be wrong there. Again, like I said, the camera does put more weight on an individual, but he's definitely in better shape than he was when he was at that Vladimir Klitschko conference where he pulled out and was tapping his pot belly. Tyson knows that he can't get into a ring in that sort of shape and profess to be world heavyweight champion and do the things that he does. He just can't do it. Simply, he knows that, and that's why he goes into training camp. So a lot of Tyson things he says are tongue in cheek. Some of the things that are not tongue in cheek, and I remember having a drawn out conversation, which is on our YouTube channel, an infamous conversation with Tyson, where I kind of said to him, he tried to dig me out and said that I said that Derek Chisora would beat him in the rematch. And I said the reason why I thought Derek Chisora would beat him in the rematch is at that time Chisora was coming off a string of wins and was actually knocking people out. And Tyson was vulnerable to the overhand right. He was put down by Steve Cunningham on overhand right. He was also put down by other guys. But every time Tyson's been put down in his fights, yes, he's got up and won. And yes, he was clowning. And I remember him saying in one of his interviews with me, he said to me when at the I think the last interview he did before he fought Chisora in the rematch, he said to me, "This guy's one of the most knowledgeable guys in boxing." He said, "I promise you something. I'm going to do something different against Derek Chisora. Wait for it." What did he do? He took Chisora's right hand away by turning southpaw and basically effectively outboxing Derek Chisora, taking Chisora's best weapon away, which was the right hand. And I said, "Congratulations, Tyson. Did a great job." And he did. There's no doubt Tyson has a very good boxing ability. And that has not been a question. The introduction of Peter Fury was a key thing back then for Tyson. If you remember back on ITV, for those of you who were watching Tyson Fury before the Klitschko fight, before the Cunningham fight, going way back where he was fighting certain opponents. Now, the guys, two of the guys' names have gone, kind of lost my mind for the second, but two guys he fought, and when the names come back, I'll tell you. Two guys he fought, short, squat, heavyweights, about the same size as Seferi, or a little taller, was able to tag him with the overhand right. Tyson was overextending, getting himself involved mid-range, and guys were able to sling the overhand right and drop Tyson or hurt Tyson. The overhand right has always been a concern of Tyson. Doesn't seem to see the overhand right against shorter heavyweights. So what he does, he used the southpaw style to take away the right hand. This is something that is one of Tyson Fury's weaknesses back then. I don't know what it's like now because he's got Ben Davison in the corner. I don't know what Davison brings to the table, and that's not a disrespectful thing. I just don't know what he does with Tyson Fury. People will point to the Billy Joe Saunders camp when he fought that guy Wolverine in the leisure centre, but we've then since seen what Billy Joe Saunders has done under Dominic Engel. So we don't know. Davidson's had a long time with Fury now to work with him. But again, that partnership won't be tested until Fury's tested. We certainly hope that Sefer Seferi does not be the person that tests Tyson Fury. Now, for his credit, Seferi, he has gone the distance with Manwal Shah. And if you look at that video, Manwal Shah is significantly bigger than Seferi, significantly bigger. But Seferi is able to use his footwork, fight off the ropes, switch from orthodox to southpaw, good footwork, good head movement, decent punching power. Seferi looked to box of tricks for Manwal Shah, but Manwal Shah is not Tyson Fury. I have seen Tyson Fury put his hands up and walk straight forward. Did that against Steve Cunningham when the boxing went out the window. Put his hands up and walk Cunningham down and stop Cunningham. Fury hits harder than Shah. Fury is much taller than Shah at 6'7" or 6'8", or some say 6'9". Longer arms than Shah, different dimensions. So Seferi is going to be literally David and Goliath in their situation there. But Just because of that height and reach, Tyson can still be caught. Like I said, go back and look at the videos of Tyson Fury before the Klitschko fight. So it's how Tyson fights. Are we going to see an artful Tyson on the jab, boxing, and landing long right hands? Are we going to see Tyson waiting for Seferi to come in and catch him with uppercuts? Are we going to see Tyson trying to dance around the ring, using his boxing as a southpaw, switch hitting like Seferi? Are we going to see that? What are we going to see from Tyson Fury? How much of what is left in Tyson Fury? Yes, he's a young man. We don't know how he's been living outside the ring. And I don't care how many pictures I see of Tyson Fury and how many videos I see of Tyson Fury until he's in the ring. That's when we'll see. Yes, he's been working hard, and congratulations for that. But, you know, I don't want why people want to celebrate the fact that he's getting himself into shape. Yes, I know he's had mental health issues, and that is something that I, for one, will never ever knock a person overcoming the challenges of mental health. I myself was a sufferer for 7 years of chronic fatigue syndrome, which is where the body, basically immune system, attacks itself. Not only that, your body feels as if you've been in the gym every day. The muscles hurt. You get foggy memory, so you can't remember certain things. So your memory's not good. The will to live is not great. It is a challenging time. For 7 years, there's some people who are on medication that never get away from that. I was fortunate because I decided not to use drugs and instead uses CBT, which is all about reprogramming the mind to send positive messages around the body. Before, my mind was sending negative messages around the body, which was then creating certain things. So that is what happens. Mental health, it's something that is very serious, and people don't really like to talk about real things, but I will do. So I no longer am a sufferer of chronic fatigue syndrome, but it's something I wanted to talk about in reference to the whole Tyson Fury mental health issue, just before people think I'm trying to knock it. But on the side of Tyson Fury being the athlete and being in shape, I certainly not one that's going to celebrate him getting himself into shape. No, I'm not. You're a professional athlete. You should be in shape. You should be in the gym. You should be training. You're a professional athlete. That's what you're paid for. So I'm not going to celebrate Tyson Fury getting himself into shape. I am going to celebrate Tyson Fury for the mental health and the battle from depression and all the stuff that had gone on around him. Some of it, I've got to say, was his own fault. Should have had a PR team around him, but he's his own man, does his own thing. So you live by the gun. You literally, the rest of it. So, Tyson has been his own worst enemy. He is trying to show now, to be fair, since coming back, he's trying to show a different side to himself, which is great. He's now being a lot more thoughtful about some things. But again, good old Tyson Fury swearing on Box Nation. The old devil's back in that sense. It's quite funny. But, that's Tyson Fury for you. As for this fight against Sefer Seferi, I wish Tyson all the best on his comeback fight. I think it's, there is an element of danger with any guy you step back in the ring with, how much you've got left. Sefer Seferi, I expect him to mess Tyson around for a few rounds. If Tyson blows him away in a round, I would not be surprised. Again, if Sefer Seferi messes Tyson around, throws punches, and is on the move for a few rounds and Tyson has to track him down, I wouldn't be surprised either. Is it the right comeback for Tyson Fury? Personally, I would rather him fight Gary Cornish because Tyson likes guys that are taller than shorter than him. So I'd rather Tyson be punching against a guy that's taller. Gary Cornish is in the British heavyweight division, in British heavyweight rankings. That would have given Tyson an immediate ranking coming back. I know that he is ranked anyway, but it would have been good for him in the British rankings to fight someone like Gary Cornish. Yes, I know Gary Cornish doesn't take a big punch. Great, but he fought well. He fought against Sam Sexton for 12 rounds. Sam Sexton got blown out by Hugh Fury, but still, it's a nice fight for Tyson to come back on against Gary Cornish. We've got Sefer Seferi, and great to have Tyson back in the ring. Fantastic. So, there's enough of me talking about these things. So, people, I don't know how that's going to affect ticket sales. Shot says, compare the comeback opponents to other top heavyweights who took time off and came back like Tyson, etc. I can't remember who they came back against. Mike Tyson, Peter McNeely made his comeback fight against Peter McNeely. Couldn't remember who George Foreman made his comeback against. Evander Holyfield made so many comebacks, I can't remember who he made comebacks against. Shannon Briggs, God knows, I can't remember who made his comeback. So Sefer Seferi, you know, we know him because he fought Manuel Shah. So, you know, I'm happy that Tyson's come back against Sefer Seferi. Got no problems with it. 3 years out the ring. Great comeback opponent because of that. If you listen to some people on the street who, you know, and you actually listen to what they'd say, they'd bring Tyson Fury back tomorrow and get him in against Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder. Not that I'm saying that he'd beat him or he wouldn't beat him. Speed, timing, movement, you need to have that time in the ring. And as I said before, and I've repeatedly said, I don't see Tyson in world title contention till mid-2019. So that's it. Tyson Fury back. I've talked about it. Congratulations, Tyson. Let's see you back in the ring on June the 9th. And let's see you doing what you do best, which is boxing. And let's see the fight against Shannon Briggs in September. Briggs will be even more ancient by then. Briggs has not fought for so long. I would like to see Shannon Briggs getting a fight between now and then. But then maybe if Briggs took a fight between now and then, who knows? Shannon Briggs has got one-punch knockout power. Shannon Briggs is probably the king of one-round knockouts. So, you know, September's a fight. Again, he'll be ancient Shannon Briggs by the time. Do you remember Shannon Briggs was fighting Lennox Lewis? How many years ago did Lennox Lewis retire? Vitaly Klitschko's retired. Lennox Lewis has retired. Damn. Shannon Briggs is still fighting. Shannon Briggs is still fighting. George Foreman's retired. Shannon Briggs is still fighting. So Briggs carries a name. Briggs carries punching power. That's another conversation for another time. Hopefully in September. We'll see. But I know Tyson likes Shannon, and I know Shannon likes Tyson. So they'll send that fight up. They'll both come and talk a lot of rubbish. And, you know. But Briggs is dangerous, man. Briggs is dangerous. With that punching power for a round or two, Briggs will be dangerous. And then he'll be like a train that's come to a standstill. And then Tyson should outbox him. But then let's just see how he does against Mr. Seferi. That's it for me. I will include, for those people who are not first new to the channel, I will include a history of the interviews I've done, not just with Tyson Fury, Peter Fury, Hughie Fury, way back to when I first interviewed Tyson, just before he fought Steve Cunningham. And then there's interviews there where I spoke to Hughie Fury the night before he made his professional debut. So it's called the Furious Collection. I will add this at the end of the video so you can click, and I think there's about 100 videos there, so you can look and you'll see various interviews with myself and Tyson and with Hughie. So check it out. This has been BWTM Sports. Thanks for watching and for listening. I'm out of here. Take care. Oh, one person's asking a question, so I'm going to answer it. What level do you think he will fight next, assuming he blows away this guy in 2-3 rounds? Again, Shannon Briggs will be next, I think, September. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Take care.